Hello and welcome to episode 11 of One Credit Classics. Shoutouts as always to everybody who watches the videos. Had a few new subscribers this week. A few people leaving some good comments on the Elemental Master video, so thanks very much for that. Big shoutouts to Andrew Elkin and Hayden Hughes who won the competition, who get the limited edition One Credit Classics mug. I posted those, well, basically as soon as the competition finished, so hopefully you should have them by, well, definitely by now, because obviously this is coming out a week later. We're back in the 80s, we're back on the Sega Master System, and we are back with The Ninja, a game that confounded me for years. I had a Master System in 1990, and I kept one basically for around about 2 to 3 years, and then I had a Commodore Amiga, then I had a SNES obviously around about the same time. And when I had the Master System, what actually happened was, every summer I used to go on holiday with my parents, and we'd go to like this little cottage in Wales, and kind of 91, 92, I want to say it was 91, I took my Master System away with me because they were like, what do you want to do in the evenings? I was like quite young and stuff, and I was like, oh, I just want to play, I want to play my Master System, what do you think I want to do? So I took it with me, and I ran upstairs when my mum and dad said, right, we're going, and I got my Master System, and I was grabbing all the games, and I saw the Ninja, and I'd had it for ages, because it was one of those games that Master System games varied in price, and it was one of the ones that was cheaper. I think it was only like a tenner, which was really cheap for a cartridge, because I mean, a lot of the Master System games were up to like 25, 30 quid, some of them. And when you're 9 or 10, that's a lot of cash. So I was like, well, I'd kind of been playing the Ninja for ages, but I'd kind of given up on it because I'd got to a point where I just thought it rolled on like forever. I thought it was one of those games that you just kept playing until you died. But I thought, I'll take it along. I'll randomly take it along with me. So I took it along, and on the second day of the holiday, we went to some sleepy little South Welsh town. I think it was Tenby or Haverfordwest or something like that. And I went in this shop, and they had a copy of, I think it was like Sega Power or something, and they had a free tips book, and it was massive. And I was like, I said to my mum and dad, oh, can I get that magazine? And they said, yeah, you can. So they bought me this magazine, and it had this tips book, and I remember reading through it in the car because we drove like between these places. And halfway through it, there was a guide for the Ninja, and I just couldn't believe it, because I thought the game didn't have an ending, and it had about all these different things you had to do to get the ending. It had the fact of what you had to do to get different levels, and it blew my mind completely. And when we got back that evening, I played it through for about 3 hours using this guide. Just kept dying at the same bits, but learning what I had to do and what I had to do. And then in the end, I kind of finished it. And it always reminds me of that time, that holiday, and kind of like all these things do, you tack a specific memory to that exact time. And like I say, it's just a classic slice of Sega video gaming, written primarily by a fairly big team for a small game. But the two primary names that you get are Reiko Kamada and a guy called Yoshiki Kawasaki, I think his name was. And it was a port of an arcade that came out that Sega bought out the year before, called Sega Ninja, and another one called Ninja Princess, which are all very similar games. It's basically a port of the Ninja Princess game, but the difference being is that your guy's, a guy, not a princess. Interestingly enough, Sega released like a trilogy of kind of martial arts based games. They released this, they released Kung Fu Kid, which is very good, and Black Belt, which long time One Credit Classic fans will remember we did in episode 4. And it's your basic standard story, really, of a kind of an evil dynasty that kind of turns up, imprisons a princess, and you being the brave, not very brave there, you just got shuriken in the leg, that must have knackered. Being the brave, the brave warrior that you are, goes all the way down to his castle to try and rescue her. There's quite a lot of levels, but when you actually do the things that you're supposed to do regards to hidden stuff, you don't have to do kind of as many. This level that you're seeing here is an absolute nightmare, as you might imagine. You can get various power-ups, which I'll go into when we play the game. You get 3 different types of scrolls. You get a red scroll, which gives you shurikens that fly through people instead of knives. A blue one, which makes you faster, and you need to collect 5 of the green ones to access Akami Castle, which is the last level, basically. But it's just so much fun. It's a great, fun kind of title, and it's from that time when, once again, like all these are, I mean, look at it there. Do you know what I mean? You ain't going to get an FMV cut sequence out of the Ninja. You're just going to get ridiculous gameplay. And also, it probably shows some of the finest when even at 9 or 10 as I would have been, I remember reading that book, that guidebook, and being like, how was I ever going to figure that out? There's a massive sense of that in games of this era because you didn't have the internet. You didn't even have like... It was very rare that magazines ran specific solutions. Like it wasn't like you could go to a library and go, have you got a Sega Power 1994? I'm looking for a guide for, do you know what I mean? Like Pop and Twimby or something. Like it was just as and when really. And it was, to be fair, that magazine was 1990 that I bought, and it had like guides for like Master System games from all over the place. It was complete luck that the Ninja was in there because I mean it had been out for 4 years. But yeah, it's from that era when like you have to figure it out for yourself, and that can be absolutely brutal. So thanks to everybody for stopping by once again. Thanks to everybody who subscribed and commented and interacted with us on the various, I say us, it's me in it, interacted with me on the, the various social media channels. So what we are going to do is we're going to march through Feudal Japan, we're going to kill a lot of people, and we are going to try and rescue a princess. Because, I mean, what else is there to do on a Wednesday? So thanks very much for taking the time, and we will get started right about now. Right then, so let us get started. I love how frantic that music is. So, a Akami Castle and its surroundings. So, you've got 2 buttons. One fires knives, the other fires knives, or shurikens as you get later on. The difference being that one will fire knives in one direction. So, no matter where I'm moving, if I press one of the buttons, it'll always fire forward like that. The other one will fire the direction and the knife in the direction you're running, which will come in very handy later. If you press both at the same time, you do a quick disappear, which is very handy, which I'll probably spam quite a lot. Okay, the red one, first scroll, and the music changes straight away. This is the scroll of pinwheel darts, which basically means shurikens that go through a load of people. And are bigger and faster than kind of the other one. So they're kind of the preferential weapon of choice. You keep them till as long as you die, basically. Okay, there's them. The blue one is the magic of Akami feet, which means I run twice as fast as I was before. And the green ones are the scrolls of Akami Castle. Now, these are the ones that you need to get a number of to be able to actually get into the castle at the end. Hence why I thought the game didn't actually finish. Get to the end at this level, and there'll be a boss like there is on most levels. So, here he is. Dead. You can see there, interestingly enough, I've got a hit ratio. So level 2 with the boulders. This is so cheap at the start. Look at this. Dead. That would have so got you if you weren't paying attention. A nice mix, really. There's a mixture of straight up levels and kind of isometric ones and scrolling levels and stuff like that. For a game that's like this small, because it's very small. It's a very small kind of cartridge in terms of the memory that it's got. Because, like I say, it's quite early in the Sega Master System kind of canon, really. There is quite a nice variation of kind of things to do. Variations on a theme, obviously. All of them involve me shooting people with various weapons. But here's the boss now. Let's try and get him. That's him done. Now, here's the thing. You see at the bottom, I get extra lives every... I've currently got 3. You get them every so many points. Then you get one at 30, and then you get one at 100, and then 200, and etc. like that. You get more bonus points if you've got a higher hit ratio, right? So, the good thing with the shurikens is, the pinwheel darts, is that you can kill a lot of stuff in one shot. So when you get things like... You got to make sure you try and take these out in one, but it's dead easy on this level, because what you can do is kite all these 6 down. And then that's 2 shots for 6 kills. So my ratio of kills is very, very high, which is really good. And if you get to 100%, you get a massive bonus compared to all the others. There is a funny way of glitching it, actually. If you get 0% accuracy, what actually happens is the game gives you 9,999,999 points because it can't calculate it because it's gone the other way. But in order to get 0 accuracy, what you need to do is there's one of the levels where you can get to the end without killing anybody, which I'll go through in a bit, which is level 9 when you climb up the wall. Or if you spam like shurikens like off the screen for 15 minutes, you can get it so low that you fired that many that irrespective of even if you kill everybody, it still puts you at 0% because it doesn't round up, and then you get like a massive number of lives. If you do that, however, beware of the fact that you can't skip when it calculates the points, so you will be there for ages. I read about that, by the way. I didn't figure it out. Can you imagine? I don't see why you ever would figure. Oh, on this one, why you'd ever figure that out. But that's the great thing about this, you see, because the fact that I can get some ratio kind of percentage up by attacking kind of multiple of those walls at once. So we go back up. It's only on the last level does stuff regen on it at a certain kind of quicker rate, which is handy. Okay, more of these. Hungry Like the Wolf. Shout out to the Two Scoops podcast this week. The disappear becomes really handy later on when you get a lot of enemies that kind of crowd on the screen. The only thing regards your ratio in the disappear is sometimes what you'll do is, now to get him, you need to fire that shuriken that way. He does get quick. Oh, I help. Ah! Oh. Unfathomable. Where do we go? Back to the start. That's trying to show off, that is. Oh, I've got the rubbish weapons now as well. Terrible. Still, have I just got... I can't even tell. Right. Oh, I did get the pinwheel. Oh, and I got the blue one. Ah, it's not too bad then. What I was trying to show before I actually ended up getting killed was the fact that you need to spam him to the right so he throws that. Because he throws, the boss on this one throws that big shuriken, you see. As you can see, because it hit me in the head. But, yeah. Hey, it's one credit, it's not one life. Sadist. There we go. Right, so. That's it. There you go. What's my ratio? 100%. You see, so I get a 50,000 point bonus. So I get that life back I lost trying to show you that. Right, level 4. The first one with the sense of kind of not unfairness, but how was I ever going to figure that out? Right. So a lot of kind of running kind of swordsman ninja types. Not very stealthy, really. The fact it's got the sword raised over his head. These lady ninjas are quite difficult. Try and get this one off. There you go. Probably hurt from there. No, I won't. There we go. I mean, I don't want to brag, but that's a shot and a half in it. Carrying up here. Take out these. Now, why wouldn't you think of throwing 5 shurikens into the left-hand statue? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, that's... unfathomable. Do you know what I mean? At what point were you supposed to work that out? Anyhow, 2 ninjas jump from here, I think. So I'll get it. And I'll get the other lady. Okay, now what should happen here is... these ninjas all should run on. And then I should get another one of those guys who comes scrolling down the screen. Here he is. And that's him done. Oh, that wasn't far off here. It wasn't far off 100 there. Across the river. Right, this one's a bit tough. You need to make use of the disappearing trick here. A lot of the time. When you get kind of the slower shuriken sometimes. Like that. There we go. Should get somewhere on the bottom of the screen now. Oh, it's getting a bit hangy then. We're alright though. Okay, we're up here. Oh. Is it alright? Glitching a little bit. Probably just fraps. It does that sometimes when you try and record it. Right. Nice. 95. Oh, that wasn't far off here. Good score on that either. Okay, next level. Onward. I think there's a woman who jumps out of here as well, if I remember rightly. Okay. A bit more. Having the speed power up such a massive difference on this. We're alright though. Over the bridge. Up through here. No woman there. No. Walk into this tree. Scroll. Nonsense. Do you know what I mean? Absolute nonsense. Right. Back up a little bit. Because the way it works is, if you get to the last level, right, or not even, because you can't actually get to the last level, if you get to one of the later levels, and you haven't got the scroll, it just sends you back to the last level where the scroll would have appeared. Hence why I thought there wasn't an end to the game. Because I'd get through a load of levels, and then it'd be like, right, go back to the start, and I'd be like, oh, it must just loop. Like, I never twigged, do you know what I mean, as a 9-year-old, that it was trying to tell me that that's where something hidden was. But there's so many random bits and pieces of things on this, there's no way you'd ever figure that out. So that's 3 Akami scrolls that I've got, right. So there's 5 in total. Right. Let's ease it. Sorted. And that is him done. Stage 6 done. Now, is stage 7 the one with the wild horses? I think it is, you know. A lot of disappearing on this one. A lot of people breathing fire. Okay. Fire breathing, you've got to try and stay in the middle here, because obviously they come from the back of the screen. But you've got to be careful that you don't get run over by said wild horses. Okay. Should be thinking anytime soon. Oh, God, that was close. And that. Boss should be here soon. Oh, it's got a bit glitchy there. Well, not glitchy, but just the resolution in it. It's just because there's so much going on, basically. You play that on anything and you'd get that. 200,000 now. 4 lives. So, level 8. This is tough here because you've got to try and time these to try and get these gone. Because these are a nightmare, but you get loads of... Here, you get ninjas that kind of start flying around you as well, which is a bit of a nightmare. See if he's going to come back up there. Yeah. Perfect. Just got to be, like I say, you've just got to be so... The problem here is the fact there's not too many thingies later on, too many opportunities later on to get the blue scroll, which is the speed one, and that's the one that, ironically, you probably need the most. Oh, no. We're alright, we're alright. Just about. Right. Oh, wrong one. Oh, we're okay there. How's he jumped over that wall? Right, that's him. Ninja Rock over here. Sounds like a terrible Japanese band. Okay. Walk into this tree. Another scroll. Yeah. They're just having a laugh, aren't they, these producers? They're like, no one will ever figure this out, Dave. That's not really his name. See, that one started... When they start flying around you like that, it gets a bit hectic, because what they do is they start just throwing shurikens at you at random. It's really cheap, because you can just proper get caught off guard there. Okay. Oh, that could have been bad. Right. Let's get him. And that's him done. Now, this is the level. This is the level that's dead hard. Probably the hardest one. It's just awkward. You get... Your accuracy on this one's always garbage. Because you do get, like... What you've got to do is try and take them all. Well, slowly, but... Kind of, there's no point in jet. But this is one of the ones you can do without killing anybody. So you can get to the... Because I'll show... Because there's a scroll at the top of this, you see. There's another 2 random ones now. Is there? Yeah. You're doing well to throw shurikens while climbing a wall as well. I haven't really bought that up, but get in the middle here so you don't get hit by the things. I might struggle here. No, I think I'm alright. Right, now back up to the top. Hopefully that dude hasn't got me yet. Oh. And then get the final scroll. Okay. The following is what is inscribed on the scroll. Imagine if it just gave you that. You got a Japanese version. From the right side of the castle's courtyard, 3rd stone lantern, 3 knives 3 times, then disappear 3 times. Did you take a mental note of this? I'd be writing it down now, really. But, too bad if you don't take a mental note of it. Because that is what you need to get onto the last level. Right, so... Here. Accuracy's gone to absolute pot here. But it really isn't the order of the day. The order of the day, because the enemies get a bit... He's doing that. Oh, you see, when they get super fast, you ain't got a chance. As I say, that's when your ratio goes to absolute nonsense, but it really doesn't matter. You've just got to try and... I mean, the time for getting the good ratio scores is right at the start. You build your lives up. You need your lives by the time you get here. You know what I mean? Blue samurais, random blue samurais scrolling in. So, if I remember what? Oh no, I don't need this. Just keep running off. I love how brave my bloke is, just legging it, throwing stuff at people as he runs backwards. Yeah, beautiful. But then I suppose ninjas are elusive to anybody who's seen that particular video. So, let's 1, 2, 3, disappear, 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 hidden level. Really, I mean, that's not as bad because he's told you, but I don't know if that works if you haven't got, I don't think that does work if you haven't got the scrolls. Right, so last level, and this is dead hard, because this, unlike all the others, all the enemies regen constantly. So you've got to try it, so you can see it slows down loads on here, because it just keeps regenning like hundreds of enemies. It's a bit easier with the Akami scroll, so you can, oh god. Right, now the thing is here, right? Oh god, I don't need this. Oh god, that was close. Right, these guys keep respawning, right? So, what you need to do is try and clear as many people as possible, scroll the boss on, and then just absolutely gun him before you get killed yourself. And that, as they say, ladies and gentlemen, is 1 credit as advertised. You've accomplished your mission, rescued the princess, and restored peace to Akami province. Beautiful. And some fetching cyan pantaloons as well, and a blue waistcoat. Kazamaru and the princess live happily ever after. I can't wait to see what else happens. The end. Is game. So that's it, is it? That's it. It's gonna go back to the title screen, isn't it? Of course it is. Unbelievable. The ninja, ladies and gentlemen, from a time and a place where all you needed was a load of ninjas, some shurikens, and some disappearing wolves. I mean, it's a simpler time, if anything. A lot of fun, that was. Despite that really cheap death when I was trying to show you how not to die on that boss. Another thing on this as well, the guy who does the demo is rubbish. Like, he dies straight away. It'd put you off playing it, really. But yeah, that was the ninja. A bit of fun, an awful lot of fun, really. A great one to play through. And I know anybody who had a Master System from that time probably watched this video and said, I never even knew there was an ending. Because it's one of those things, like, people really don't realise it. I remember talking to somebody about it years later, when I was still quite young. I was like 14, 15. And they were like, oh, what games do you have on your Master System? I remember saying, oh, the Ninja. And they were like, oh, yeah. And I said, oh, yeah, I completed it. And they just looked at me like I just said, oh, yeah, do you know what I mean? I made a spaceship or something. They were like, you can't complete the Ninja. Like, it was the thing. People thought you couldn't actually complete it. It's probably not worth completing because that ending's pretty garbage. But yeah, but yeah, to everybody who's ever been stuck on the Ninja, watch this video and go, oh yeah. Even though it did come out like 30 years ago, it's still a lot of fun to play, and it still harks back to that Master System era game. He's stuck there. Do you know what I mean? Just disappear, spam the disappear. It does hark back to that era when Sega games are really nice and simple and straightforward like this one. So a nice shorter video this week, following on from the mammoth epic that was last week's. Next couple of days, there's going to be a lot of stuff going up on the Facebook page. All the links to the bottom in the description box. I've got all the various social media channels, so the Twitter accounts, the Facebook page, the Facebook page of my good friend Jamie, who does all the artwork, and the website of the guy Ben Sound, who does all the music. Like he's my mate or something. He's just got a website with copyright-free music, and provides you put a link in your description box on the thing. It says he's fine. So yeah, that's it really. So all that remains is to me to say thank you very much for being a part of One Credit Classics. There'll be a lot more content coming at you soon. I've got a lot of big plans for the next couple of months, so all will be revealed. So you take very good care of yourselves, and I shall see you next time.